You are watching WPTV, award-winning college television.
Welcome back to the desk. I got some NFL football action to break down, and here with me is Phritz Napoleon, JJ Woodards, Andy Gavin, and Daniel Karp. You know, guys, we're at that point in the season where we're seeing a lot of teams, really be in the hunt for that playoff spot. So, Phritz, starting with you, who's the most dangerous team in the playoff hunt right now?
I think you're really going to like this answer, but I got to go with Mr. Unlimited and the Denver Broncos.
Nice.
Look,
I respect it.
They're really finding their stride, okay? At the beginning of this year, a lot of people were kind of confused about Sean Payton and what he was doing, but he's definitely cooking. Their defense is finding their stride, and they have a lot of favorable games coming up. They play the Chargers twice a week, and you don't know what the Chargers are doing. They're just there, okay? That's just call it how it is. They're just there.
Charger.
They're going to charge her. The Patriots suck. They're going to beat that grandpa. It's not any problem.
I saw that.
They have the Raiders, so I definitely feel like the Denver Broncos can easily finish out with 10 wins. And, hey, that game that you have this week against the Texans can go either way. You can definitely see them finishing with 11 wins. So I think they're finding their stride. That defense is playing up to par. So I think that they're really definitely going to be a headache for any AFC team in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, finally not a headache for me and a headache for other teams in the NFL. But Daniel, moving over to you, who's your most dangerous team in this playoff hunt?
I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to sound like I'm contradicting myself a little bit as this goes on, but they have a plus 101 point differential, which is the second best in the AFC, actually. When they win by they always out of 6 wins, 4 of them have been by more than 25 points. I mean, when Josh Allen is on, he's lethal. I mean, he's got Stephon Diggs, and he's got Gabe Davis, who had a great game against Philadelphia. I mean, I think the Buffalo Bills. I mean, we're just waiting for them to consistently hit their stride, and hopefully it's going to happen at some point. Hopefully this year. I don't know.
I mean, we've been waiting to see Buffalo make and win a Super Bowl for a long time.
A little bit.
Well, save it. Save the Yankees talk. JJ, moving over to you. Who's your most dangerous team in this playoff hunt?
The Houston Texans. They finally got a franchise quarterback in C.J. Stroud. Throwing for 3,266 yards. That's second in the league to 19 touchdowns, only 5 picks. Then you got a great head coach in DeMeco Ryans, really motivating this team. Then you got a defense who you wouldn't really think is good, but they play better than they are.
Absolutely.
And that type of team is really dangerous.
That's the DeMeco Ryans effect, playing better than you are on paper. Absolutely. But Andy, closing us out for this one, who's your most dangerous team in the playoff hunt?
Ever since Matt Canada got deported, the Steelers looked good. I mean, that offense was clicking. George Pickens looked really good. Jalen Warren looked really good. And you know what? That defense is also clicking really well.
Oh, as it always does.
Yeah. If they can hit their stride towards the end of the season, they could push for a wild card spot. Obviously, the Ravens are in the division right now. But they can go pretty far down the line.
I hope they lose every single game.
Oh, well, yeah.
Every single game.
Resident Baltimore Ravens fan. Yeah, well, look, I mean, you're right about Canada leaving and that helping the Steelers a lot. But, going back to your answer, Karp, you said the Buffalo Bills, but they're just not clicking the way that we're really used to seeing. Talking about the team as a whole, Phritz, what do you think is the main problem with the Bills right now?
Yeah, one thing I definitely feel like they're having trouble with right now is defense. I feel like they're really missing Matt Milano and Trey White. Hey, and Von Miller's getting into some trouble as well. He might be missing some games. So I definitely feel like their inconsistency on that side of the field is allowing teams to come and really put points on the board against them. So I feel like that defense needs to step up because you never know what Josh Allen and what offense you're going to get from the Bills. So that defensive unit has to step up and be solid for them to win games.
Absolutely. Daniel, moving over to you.
Fritz just said you don't know what Josh Allen you're going to get, and that's what I'm going to touch on. It sounds like I'm going to contradict myself a little bit, but it's Josh Allen's inconsistency. When he's on, he looks like the best quarterback in the NFL. Throwing for 400 yards. Honestly, this Philadelphia game, I think it might have been the best game of his career. I mean, he had over 300 passing yards with 2 rushing touchdowns. It seems like Josh Allen's always going to throw an interception a game, so an interception is just a given. He might have around 18 interceptions if we're going to keep going on that pace, which sucks. But he had 2 rushing touchdowns for 81 yards. He's so hard to get down because he's such a big, strong, physical guy, which he's averaging 5.5 rushing yards per run, which is great. But then sometimes he just looks like he doesn't know what he's doing out there. The body language sometimes doesn't look like it's there. And you need the consistent Josh Allen that we've seen, like the good Josh Allen. We need it more consistently.
Absolutely. And I mean, a player with a lot of physical tools just sometimes can't put it together. JJ, moving over to you, what do you think has been the Bills' biggest issue?
What's always been his problem? His turnover issues.
Yeah.
I mean, this year he's tied with Sam Howell for the league leaders in picks with 13. I mean, it didn't matter because they was winning games. Yeah. Now they're not winning games, and he's turning the ball over a lot, and now it's just killing them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's how he is. You know, reminding me of Brett Favre a little bit. But Andy, closing us out on this one, what do you think is?
Give me 30 seconds. This front office has not helped Josh Allen at all.
No.
You're going to say he's a franchise quarterback. You're going to give him that contract. Fine. You're going to ruin your salary cap. Ruin it. Do something about it, though. Brandon Beane hasn't done anything. Sean McDermott and Ken Dorsey rely on Josh Allen way too much. You get Dalton Kincaid, fine. You had Jordan Addison there. Yes, there were 4 wide receivers picked right before you when you picked 25. You got to do something, though. You lost 2 NFC championships. You got the picture of Diggs doing this and all sad and everything when the Chiefs lost. Do something about it. Don't lose back-to-back NFC championships. I mean, it's annoying because you see teams do this all the time. Then you get their fans and you get even their players be like, oh, I'm fed up with this. Don't sign an aging Von Miller. That helps you out right there. I know you're upset with that. But they could have done so many different things about this team.
Absolutely.
And they just haven't done it. So figure it out. Or you're going to lose Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
30 seconds. Did anyone time that? Was that exactly 30?
No.
Yeah, he might have been on par. But moving on from the Bills, who have been inconsistent, the Dallas Cowboys have been really, really consistent. And part of that, actually a large part, is due to Dak Prescott. Andy, take us through his season.
Take a look right here at his stats. You know, he's thrown for about 3,234 passing yards. He has about 26 passing touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and a 108.3 passer rating. That is just incredible. And, you know, real quick, I just want to say, Mike McCarthy, he has helped this team a lot. I'm going to say coaching and everything, but it's been Mike McCarthy. And you know what? When you had Kellen Moore there, he was the problem for Dak.
Yeah, I would agree wholeheartedly. I mean, Mike McCarthy really seems to have been, you know, giving him the play calling back was a really good idea on the Cowboys' behalf. But, you know, there's been a lot of things, a lot of factors that lead to his breakout season. And starting with you, Karp, what do you think has been a big factor for this?
You know, it pains me to say Dak's been playing great, but it's CeeDee Lamb. I mean, CeeDee Lamb has been insane. I mean, since he's broken into the league, he's just been Dak's favorite receiver. And you know why? Because I'm going to say right here, for my man, Balshari, I think CeeDee Lamb's the best playmaker in the NFL. Like, I saw it yesterday.
Wait.
I think CeeDee Lamb is the best playmaker in the NFL.
Over A.J. Brown?
I think so.
Over A.J. Brown, over Justin Jefferson, over CMC.
Just ignoring Tyreek Hill?
I think so, man.
Over Tyreek Hill.
I think CeeDee Lamb's best.
Over Jerry Jeudy?
That's insane.
I really do.
That might be the worst thing you've ever said.
Well, more to your power. But
Dude, you're forgetting that Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in the league.
Hey, he's been out for a couple weeks.
Okay,
I
he's
really
still the
think
best receiver
currently
in the league.
CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, I guess we're going to say Marvin Harrison's going to be the best receiver next year then.
I mean,
Yeah,
that
we'll
could
probably-
happen.
that could happen. But that is the worst take on this desk I've heard.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah,
But there you go.
Awful.
There you go.
Moving over to you, JJ, what do you think has led to Dak's success?
Ball security. He led the league last year with 15 picks. This year, as we saw in the pop, he only had 6. And when you have more possessions on the offense and that type of offense they have, you get more points.
Absolutely. Phritz, closing us out for this one, what do you think has led to Dak's success?
Definitely think that it's his pocket presence and just understanding his positioning on the field. The Cowboys have always had one of the best O-line units in the league, and having that time for him to stay in the pocket and allowing those playmakers like a CeeDee Lamb, who isn't the best receiver in the league, to get down the field and make those big plays, you know, that's really going to affect them. So I feel like that O-line is really playing up to par and allowing Dak to make those plays to have that MVP season.
Yeah. To Daniel's credit, he didn't say best receiver. He said best playmaker, which I still think is
That's
maybe
even
not
worse.
the high. Maybe
That's
not the
even
high.
worse.
It's a hot take.
That's even worse.
He's playing really well right
Are
now.
we forgetting that like CMC exists? I mean, Saquon Barkley's out there.
Oh gosh.
But moving back to a team that, you know, isn't so great, the New York Jets have opened the window for Aaron Rodgers to practice miraculously after tearing his Achilles in the 3rd snap of the game. I just want to start with you, Phritz. You are a Jets fan. Do you think the Jets are rushing him back?
I think that they are. Can I just look right here? Listen, I don't know what is going on with the Jets, but It's paining me, okay? It's painful being a fan. It's painful going to that god-awful stadium. The turf sucks. Everything about that place is just bad, okay? Bringing him back is not going to do anything. The offensive line sucks. We have a head coach that's good on defense, but he can't play. He can't do a single play, right? He sucks at calling offense. We have Garrett Wilson out there just crying every game because he can't get open. They don't scheme him open. Okay, we have Tim Boyle. Okay, that's done nothing his entire career in football. We brought him in and think that's a change. We benched Zach Wilson thinking that's going to help. Nobody we put back there is going to do good. We could put prime Joe Montana back there, and he's still going to look terrible. Because it's the Jets, and the Jets are going to jet. We're never going to get better. We're never going to – this is just bad.
Just end the season.
We should. Yeah. We should.
It's okay, Phritz.
I am going to cry.
It's okay.
This is bad. This is bad.
okay.
Bro, Rutgers football can beat us right now. It's bad.
So bad. I mean, Karp, moving over to you. What do you think about this? Do you think he's being rushed back?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, the Achilles is a serious injury, man.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is, I guess he thinks he's immortal or whatever, but like, at this point, like, you're playing for nothing. I mean, you know, the Jets really had the confidence has gone down in the team. The fans are out of it. I mean, it looks like Robert Saleh seems like he's been out of it. I mean, I feel like they're going to run it back the same way I think they're going to try to copy what they did this year, run it back. I mean, Nathaniel Hackett doesn't know what he's doing.
Oh, trust me, I know.
I know you know.
No, trust me, I know.
Except firing Nathaniel Hackett, they're probably going to go the same way they were going this year. I mean, Aaron Rodgers got to realize this is not his team, and the front office got to take charge and do what they feel is right.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers really just kind of came in there and became the GM.
Finally
and
was able to
it's
talk
not,
that time.
Yeah, and it's not working out. JJ, do you think he's being rushed back?
Of course he is. And like Daniel and Phritz said, I mean, they're not going nowhere. They're 4-7.
Yeah.
You might as well just keep Tim Boyle.
Still in the hunt.
You got to keep Tim Boyle in there, tank for a better pick, and just let the season be done. Let it burn.
Drake May, future New York Jet. But Andy, closing us out for this one.
All right, give me 15
Oh,
seconds
again?
between all you guys jump down my throat. He is not being rushed back at all. He's fine. Listen, it's Aaron Rodgers. All right, can you guys relax, all right? No. We've seen him on Pat McAfee, what he talks about. He believes in the science. He believes in what's going to happen, all right? And I believe it. Listen.
You'd rather risk him getting hurt?
A month ago, he was throwing a football.
We cannot block anybody.
Dude, he'll be fine. He will be fine.
JJ can suit up on Sunday and get a sack on us.
No.
Right now.
No, listen.
He might not be
Aaron
wrong about
Rodgers
that.
can do this. Aaron Rodgers will be fine. And you know what, Fritz? I think this is the fandom in you. You just got to step back, look from outside perspective. You know what?
I have been in pain for 10 years.
Aaron Rodgers is the answer.
Do you realize
He's the answer. He got injured.
The best quarterback
Listen.
I've seen for my team is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Listen, you get him
You
for
understand.
week 17, week 18. It'll be a preview, a little tease for next year. You'll be fine. Trust me.
That's what the Giants preseason was, a little tease for the Jets fans with Aaron Rodgers.
And then he broke his ACL or Achilles, whatever
Tear
it
it,
is.
not broke.
Whatever
Tear
it is.
Rip, ruptured,
He broke
destroyed.
my heart.
Destroyed. And you think he's not
broke
being
my
rushed
heart.
back?
That's all that matters.
All right. Well, look, that's all the time we have today. But don't forget to follow us at SportsDeskWP for updates and more. Thank you to all the cast and crew, and a big shout out to our studio manager, Al Clarke. From Studio B in Hamilton Hall, and for everyone here at the desk, I'm Marc Brandt. Join us next time here on WPTV.